Welcome back to the Skin Therapy Show. I'm your host, Sarah Ndanu Teshna, and I'm still here with Hope Onyeka from Ashley's. Hope, take us through the different kinds of weaving.
Well, there are different techniques that somebody can use for weaving.
Yes.
One of them is the normal, the most common, which is called track and sew, where somebody or the hairdresser can make tracks and then sew the weft of the weaves on.
Yes.
There's another technique called micro weaving, where the hair strands and the strands of the weave are attached together using a special thread. Somebody can also do bonding, which involves the use of glue, which most people don't like.
Yes.
And lastly, somebody can do the weave that have closures, whereby you use either a silk closure or a lace closure. So those are some of the techniques that somebody can use.
Which one do you personally recommend?
Well, I recommend the silk closures because they have a more natural look, but they're not readily available for most women because of affordability. So most people go for track and sew.
Okay, all right. When it comes to styling weaves, does it have any say when it comes to, like, in terms of first impression?
Usually the first impression is a lasting impression.
Exactly.
And if the weave is not done right, then basically it might create the wrong impression. For example, it is not uncommon to find women who might seem a little bit older just because of the weave that they are wearing. And it is about the way the weave that has been put on.
Yes.
Like, I cannot overemphasize the fact that if the weave is not put right according to the facial features, according to your hairline, then it definitely give you a wrong look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take us through the different kinds of weaving style as per someone's occupation.
Well, we have different weave styles. We can have a straight look, we can have a curly look, we can have a wavy look. You'll find that, let's say, most young people will get the straight look or the wavy look. You'll find most older people associating themselves with the curly look, but it all depends with how it has been put on the hair.
Okay.
So depending on various professions, you find that the color of the weave will also matter a lot.
Yeah.
You wouldn't find, for example, the first lady with a crazy colored kind of a weave, but you'll find that mostly for young people.
Yeah.
So there's discretion that is involved in when you're choosing the weave. Do you want a curly look? Do you want a straight look? And the color will also influence.
Okay. Okay. So it has a lot of impact when it comes to the first impression and how also people treat you.
It's true.
Right. Okay. Someone was asking me, is it okay to share weaves?
Well,
When I remove this weave, is it okay to give it to my sister or to my friend or my cousin?
a weave is something very personal, and nowadays you'll find that there are a lot of hygiene matters that somebody has to really take care of.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't advise somebody to share a weave. It's a little bit personal. Yeah, that's what I'd advise for.
Okay, okay. And how long should one wear a weave?
A weave should not stay too long on the hair. First of all, depending on the technique that has been used to put it on. For example, if somebody has done bonding, it is advisable to stay with it for only 2 weeks, because the longer it stays on the hair, that is unnecessary tension on the hair. The hair has unnecessary or excessive weight, so it might damage the hair. If the weave is maybe sewn on the hair as well, it's not advisable to have it for a very long time, because there's heat that is involved. You'll find that there's body temperature.
Exactly,
it might start itchy, which is a very serious problem among women nowadays. So at most...
Patting the hair.
Oh yes, yeah. So at most, if it's a human hair weave, you can have it longer, because a human hair, you can really shampoo it and style it still on the hair. But a synthetic weave, at most 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. When one removes the weave, especially the human hair, how do we store this weave?
A lot of damage happens when somebody is removing the weave if it is not done correctly. Like you find, if it is a track and sew, you have to remove the strands of the thread that have been used to attach the weave.
Okay.
So if they're not cut off nicely, you might find that somebody can cut off the hair, which might cause damage.
Very true.
If it is pulled unnecessarily, again, that can cause damage because the hair is getting unnecessary strain. So somebody has to be really careful. A human hair weave, after removing, it has to be shampooed nicely. Avoid over manipulating it so much, because it might tangle. Again, use a very mild shampoo, because if you use a very strong shampoo, it will strip off the natural oils from the weave and tends to dry out and cause and become very frizzy. So use a very mild shampoo. and then condition it, and then store it. You'll find that most weaves, there is like a pocket-like place where you're supposed to store it. So if you put it nicely there, it will retain. If it is curled, it will retain the curls. If it is wavy, it will still retain that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What information. Your final thoughts on today's topic, please.
Well, what I'll say is that weaves are nice, weaves are gorgeous. They'll make a woman feel very beautiful. To our men out there, you don't have to hate the weaves, yeah? They're not as fake as you think, because it's an accessory for a woman, and we all know that the crowning glory of a woman is her hair. So the weaves are okay, but take care on how you put them, how you remove them. Let whoever is putting your weave put it so that it has a very natural look. It shouldn't look fake at all. And well, you can experiment with the different options that are available in the market.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for coming to the show, Hope.
Thank you as well.
We hope to see you again.
Thank you so much.
And thanks to you for tuning in. This has been the Skin Therapy Show. Remember, you can keep the conversation going on our social media pages, Facebook, The Skin Therapy Show, Instagram and Twitter at The Skin Therapy Show. I have been your host, Sarah Ndanu Teshna. Until next week, it's good night for me.